How could I possibly be expected to handle school on a day like this?
You're listening to the writeoutdoors.com podcast.
No, baby, you dig it the most.
Podcast about hunting, fishing, and everything else outdoors.
When this baby hits 88 miles per hour, you're gonna see some serious.
I'm your host, Ron Hustovic, outdoor writer, photographer, and founder of writeoutdoors.com.
Well, that right there may be the reason you've had difficulty finding game from swimming.
Covering tips and tactics from the outdoors experts both in the studio and out in the field.
Damn, we're in a tight spot.
So without further ado, here's the show.
That would be great.
Thank you for that lovely tune. That funky music will drive us till the dawn.
Hello and welcome to another episode of the writeoutdoors.com podcast. Today we're on the water with Brian the Beef Sather of Fathead Guide Service, demonstrating the Northland slingshot rig as a fantastic method for catching walleye throughout the summer bite. It's a very specific technique that works well in a wide variety of conditions. In this particular episode, we're fishing a large sandy break line, which varies from 14 feet on the shallow side down to 24 feet on the deep side. The walleye are holding throughout the break line and moving up and down to feed as their forage base moves. We were marking a ton of fish on the Lowrance throughout the day in a wide variety of locations and catching a lot as well. We were able to stay on the break line and work it effectively by using Lake Master's mapping chip to help us follow the contours along the bottom. As is the case with a lot of times when you're walleye fishing, effectively using your electronics is critical to success, and that Lake Master chip was allowing us to stay on the spots and find those fish.
Ooh, that's a big walleye.
That's a big walleye, right? We worked the brake line using our trolling motor and keeping our speed between 0.3 and 0.8 miles an hour, with the majority of the fishing taking place between 0.6 and 0.7. When you feel a fish on the line, you let it run and give it plenty of time to take the bait. Once the initial run is over, reel in the slack, and when you feel the fish, set the hook. We only missed a few the entire day, and we only had a few swallow the hook, as was the case with this one. When that happens, it's better to cut the line and let the hook dissolve or work its way out. There's a protected slot on the lake that we were fishing, and so only the walleye of a certain size could be kept. We both took home enough fish to eat, and we let tons of them go as well.
The slingshot rig. It's a roach rig with a slingshot, a number 4 hook on the back, just bouncing along the bottom, nice sandy bottom, seeing what you can do. Pull something like this right out of there. Look at that. Big old Leech Lake walleye, baby.
The reason we chose the slingshot rig in this situation is because it allows us to fish these varying conditions where you come across weeds, rocks, and sand. The slingshot rig is basically a live bait rig, but it's unique because of its slingshot sinker, which is a bullet-style weight and a rubber insert that you thread your line through. This allows you to switch your weight without retying, something very valuable when conditions vary greatly, and a weight switch is necessary to do when you're on the fly. Anyways, you thread on the slingshot sinker insert, you put on whatever size and color slingshot sinker you want, you put a bead below it and tie in a black swivel. From the swivel, you run a 2 to 6 foot fluorocarbon leader to a number 4 or number 6 hook with a colored bead in front of it. We ended up using night crawlers and shiners, but it works with minnows as well. If you pay careful attention, you'll notice that the color of the bead we used changed throughout the day. Blue was the hot color at first, then it was green, and finally it was a light red color. Pay attention to changing conditions and how the fish react. It was amazing the difference that one color made from another at different times of the day.
You might want the net, this one.
Oh, yeah.
Look how gold that one is.
No kidding.
With the video camera.
For more information on the slingshot rig, check out northlandtackle.com or have Beef give you an on-the-water demonstration.
Slingshot strikes again. Nothing says Northland tackle like a big old walleye. Yeah, baby.